Greta would be considered one of the elders of the colony. Greta is a very gentle, soft-spoken woman on the surface, but she believes right from the get-go that they must leave. And I think her decision comes from not wanting to leave, but not being able to stay. When I saw the cast list, you got to know that I was like, what are you talking about? Wow. Okay, overwhelmed. And we had 2 weeks of rehearsal, Zooming first and then in person. I was so intimidated at first. I mean, for me, it was like showing up at the Olympics every single day, and I had to bring my A game. Like, I was very nervous and, so respectful of, Claire Foy and Rooney Mara and, Judith Ivey from Broadway and her body of work and Ben Whishaw. I mean, everybody. It was such an intense, serious film to be a part of, but we laughed an awful lot. And, we spent all our days together. We were rooming together. And the fact that COVID was all around us in a very intense way during the filming only added to the kind of structure and the kind of tightness of our world in the hayloft. I think COVID and being masked up until we shot helped us in a strange silver lining kind of way. But we had a blast making this movie. I have always admired her work. She's always sort of seemed Canadian to me because she's just such a worker bee and such a natural actress and so organic and so true to herself. And I've always tried to be that. So, I mean, again, she championed this project because someone handed her the book. She read the book and she said, this is a movie. And if it wasn't for Frances McDormand and then going to Dee Dee and then pulling Sarah Polley on board, this would never have happened. Quita was an artist. We sat, every detail of our dresses, the fabric was from in and around Stratford, where the Mennonite women live. There were darning and there were repairs that the camera would never see, that those women would have stitched up because they wear their dresses for years and years and years, and then they pass the dresses on to their daughters and on to their daughters. So Quita understood the necessity of the authenticity required for our look. It was just an amazing experience, wearing those polyester dresses for 4 months that don't breathe. I said, you know what? I have a feeling that these dresses and cockroaches will be the last two things that last. If there's an apocalyptic end to the world, those dresses will exist. But they are extremely comfortable to wear. Peter, I mean, when you see the movie, it's hard to notice, but no art is allowed on the walls in these colonies, but they're allowed calendars. So there's calendars everywhere. I mean, there was no detail left unturned. It was an incredible experience every minutia of detail was authentic. I cannot tell you how many younger people have come up to me, and not just women, but men, women, younger women have come up to me. They can't even talk after they've seen the movie. They have no words, and they simply cry, and because it has touched something very deep in what is our potential and what is possible. and what is, we live in a dark old world sometimes. And although this movie has its darkness, the light of the movie, the light at the end of the tunnel is the hope. And I think that touches people in a very deep way.